This story I'm about to tell you is about a 24 years old lady named Cynthia Osokoju. Cynthia Osokoju is a Nasarawa State University graduate that just graduated from Nasarawa State and was working with MTN before she decided to quit her MTN job to further her education in that said university. On furthering her education, she decided to open a boutique because she was already modeling for a company. So she decided to open a boutique store to sponsor herself in school. Her boutique store opened and she was doing very well in that particular location. So one day she was scrolling through her Facebook account and she got a friend request from a Chizona, a 33 years old man that sent her a friend request. She accepted the friend request and not knowing that that person was going to be the end of her. On accepting that friend request, they started chatting for some months, and she got another friend request from another person named Ezekiel, a 23 years old man. And he was like, okay, I'm related to a Chizona who you guys have been talking to for quite some time. And they started talking, everybody was talking for some period of time. And they got to know more about her. Already they knew about her and they were stalking her for some time, but she wasn't aware of all those things that was happening. But those two people were in Lagos while Cynthia was in Kefi doing her business and going to school. So they told her that okay, Echizona is into selling of boutique wares, he's into selling of jewelries, and he's going to give her goods for a very, very cheap price, more than what she's already receiving from other people that is delivering goods for her. Because she says she receives goods from Lagos, she receives goods from outside the country, and they gave her a very good cheap price. And she was like, wow, the price is actually cheap, and not that cheap. They also told her that if she comes to Lagos, they were going to sponsor her flight ticket to Lagos, and they were going to also sponsor her stay in
When
Lagos.
she told me that she's coming to Lagos, and which I assisted her in getting the flight ticket to come. So when she came over to Lagos, that was on 20th of July. We stayed together till the 21st of July, when in the morning me and my cousin we are able to try to dislodge her of her belongings. In the process of doing it, we struggled with her. We started beating her up.
And she was like, wow, are you serious? This is a very, very good price. And she's also getting a very, very fair deal with the business deal that they were actually talking about. So she decided to take the flight from Abuja to Lagos. On arriving at Murtala International Airport in Lagos, she was praised and greeted by Ezekiel. Ezekiel came and picked her from the international airport and drove her to the hotel she was going to stay. In that hotel they were going to stay, unknowingly to Echizona and Ezekiel, they were CCTV recording them. Recorded this CCTV recorded part of the incident that actually happened. So they took her from the international airport to the hotel, and from the hotel to the hotel room where they met the receptionist, and they went to the hotel room. In that hotel room, a lot of gruesome things happened. They gagged her up. First, they brought a drug. They gave her a particular drug to drug her, to sedate her, so that she won't be conscious, so that when she sleep, they were going to steal everything from her and use it for their own benefit. Unknowing to them, that drug that they gave her was not strong enough to knock her out. So they decided to tie her up and gag her mouth with handkerchief and use sellotape to tape all her mouth so that she couldn't be able to shout. She wasn't able to shout at that period of time. She wasn't able to do anything. Already the drug was already kicking in, but she was not totally knocked out. She was already conscious. They persuaded her to give them the money she brought for the transaction because they thought that she brought a lot of money for that particular business deal. But unknowing to them, she didn't really bring any money for that particular deal. Her brother even stated that he knows his sister very well. She doesn't even have ATM card. Anything that she wants to do with any bank or any transaction she wants to do with a bank, she usually use a bank checkbook. So she doesn't even have ATM card for them to go to the ATM to withdraw money from that particular bank account of hers. So they gagged her up. They did all manner of things to her. They raped her. They beat her. Then they took her three phones, her three BlackBerry phones, and they did all manner of things to her. And after everything that they did, they suffocated her and strangled her, and she died. What a very tragedy something. Unknowing to them, that hotel that they lodged has CCTV camera. They have CCTV camera all over the hotel room. So those two people left the hotel and told the receptionist that they were going to renew the money for that hotel, that they just want to go and get some certain things outside of the hotel, and they were going to come back, that the key of the hotel is still with their babe, which is Cynthia. They actually told the receptionist that Cynthia was her babe. Then the receptionist was like, okay, since you guys came, you guys were three, and now it's two that is leaving, is okay. That means someone is actually there in the hotel. Past noon, that's 12 o'clock noon, when they were supposed to check in, when they were supposed to bring the money. Nobody said anything. They didn't come back. It was around 3 that Ochizona called the receptionist and told the receptionist that he is not going to come back again. He is not going to pay the money that he's supposed to pay. That they should chase out that girl out of the hotel room. And the receptionist was like, why will he even say such kind of thing? Why will he address the lady they came with such kind of name? Because I don't want to call the name he used in addressing her. And he hung up the call, and she tried calling him, but he didn't go through. So the receptionist was like, okay, let me call my manager and involve my manager in this to let my manager know what's actually going on. She told the manager, and the manager was like, okay, since they refuse to pay, the lady that is in that room is going to pay, because they're already 3 p.m. and she has already started staying in that particular room. So they went to the room, they knocked on the door severally. Nobody responded at the door. They knocked at the door severally, nobody responded at the door. They were surprised, they were shocked. They was like, see, somebody is inside this room. Why is nobody responding at this particular time? And why is it that we are knocking and knocking and nobody has opened the door? So the manager gave a go ahead and told the receptionist to use a spare key to open the door. As she opened the door, lo and behold, we saw Cynthia Osokoju, lifeless body, lying on the bed, tied up, looking banged up, beaten, and was naked on the bed. It was a very, very bad day. It was very, very tragic, because the receptionist went out shouting and screaming before they involved the police. As they involved the police to the matter, the police came and did investigation. They brought the CCTV that was in the hotel, and they identified the two suspects that was seen at the scene. The two suspects that brought her into the room. The two suspects that lured her from Abuja, from Kefi to Abuja, from Abuja down to Lagos. They saw her, they saw them, and they actually tried to get them apprehended, which they actually did. We got them apprehended, and the family of Cynthia was looking for Cynthia, so they decided to call Cynthia severally. Before the police were apprehended these two suspects, Cynthia's parents was trying to reach Cynthia. They could not. They tried severally. They tried. Eventually, the call went through, and Uchizona picked the call and was like, your daughter is sick and she cannot reach the phone right now. Then they ended the call. The mother was worried and called again. Before you know, man told the man told the mother that he is he is the one that kidnapped his daughter, and for them to see his daughter, they were going to pay a ransom of 20 million. And the mother was surprised, the mother was confused. So they tracked the call to a frantic location. They tracked the call there. As they tracked the call to that particular location, that's where the police actually swung in and caught the suspect. They took them to trial, and they took them to trial. The other people that was involved was the brother of Uchizona, the younger brother of Uchizona, which they gave the BlackBerry phone of Cynthia to sell, and the man who sold them the drugs that were used in lacing Cynthia. But those two people were not actually they didn't take them to prison. They didn't really do anything to them. They just let them. They went on trial, but their trial was they were not found guilty because there were not much evidence against them. But Ezekiel and Ochizona were sentenced to death, which actually served them right, which actually served them for gruesomely killing that young girl, for cutting her life short. A 24 years old girl that just wanted to do her business, a 24 years old girl that didn't know anything, they just ended her life short. So for most people that will be getting friend requests on Facebook, they need to be very, very conscious of a lot of things that is happening. It's not today we have been hearing a lot of cases that have been happening about people killing people through Facebook or other social media platform, that you're actually chatting with a lot of people. If you don't know anybody that is sending you friend requests, you need to make research, or to be on safer side, don't even accept that people's friend requests. So this is a very, very short story that I'm telling you guys to enlighten you guys. Please, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, subscribe to the channel, like the video, and comment your opinion on this particular case. As I see you guys on the next one.